Hey, Thea Daniels with R.A.W.Vlogcast, where we keep it real, authentic. I talk with people who are willing to share their passion. Tonight, I'm with Casey Kalmenson of Little Monarch. Ow. Oh my God, we are at the bottom of the hill in San Francisco. She's kind of doing a little tour thing here with
Dressage.
Dressage downstairs while they're playing.
Yeah.
And oh my God, she's amazing. Amazing. Little Monarch.
Yeah, Little Monarch.
Little butterfly.
Yeah.
Okay, what got you started with music?
Singing when I was young. I grew up in a musical household. My mom's a singer, and it was always just like musical theater was really kind of the first thing that I fell in love with. Musical stories, how like the moment where just speaking isn't enough and it turns into song in musical theater, and I was like so intrigued by that, and that was like I just fell in love with music through that, and then kind of started to play piano, started to play guitar, was always singing, and then all of it kind of came together, and it's been a long but beautiful journey.
All of that came together. She's playing the guitar, the keyboard, she's got her own voice in the background, and she's singing all at the same time.
That's true.
It all comes together.
It comes together.
All by herself up there on stage.
Yeah.
Okay, and I love what you just said about when words aren't enough that you can't keep it from not singing.
Exactly.
I've never really liked musicals. I like a couple.
Some people can't stand.
Some
people can't stand when like people break into song randomly. Like they like absolutely not. It's like it's almost like the cilantro thing when someone's like, it tastes like soap to me to like a certain percentage of the population. I think that's the same thing with musical theater. Like there's like a certain population that has this DNA that's just like absolutely never break into song, But I think it comes from words are just not enough,
That's a lovely way to put it, because I can't sing, but I'll sing happy birthday to my kids because you can't say it.
Yeah.
And
I know.
I break into song, much to their terror, but words are not enough.
Yeah.
I love that way of
words are not
expressing
enough.
it.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so cool. So I can just have visions of you and your mom singing and breaking into song around the house.
Name That Tune was like the car, all we did in the car. She would put on musical theater music, and it was Name That Tune. So it was like, you name the tune or you like get out of the car. So it was lethal, but it was great.
Car rides a bomb. Woo. Okay, what were some of your favorite musicals?
Okay, my favorite musical, I love I love so many musicals. I would say my favorite is, musically, I love Rodgers and Hammerstein. So like The King and I, South Pacific, those classics are really beautiful to me. I think overall, Spring Awakening is my favorite musical. Spring Awakening. Yeah, this Duncan Sheik music. So it was like a rock, like, it was a musician, Duncan Sheik's a musician, and amazing, and then they put this project together, and it was like his musical brain with this like book about this like German like boarding school. So it's really cool. It was very different at the time. It was very different for contemporary. It was very contemporized musical theater in an important way.
That sounds very different for now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's
one more time the name?
Spring Awakening.
Spring Awakening.
Yeah,
okay.
Leah Michelle, from Glee. That was her first kind of breakout thing when she was like 15 or something on Broadway. So good.
Okay, cool.
Super good.
Good to know. We'll keep our eyes for that one.
That's right, Spring Awakening.
Any fun stories about you being out in the music world?
Well, a lot of fun stories.
Oh, one that expresses your passion.
One that expresses my passion. A fun story that expresses my passion.
Could be a terrible story.
I mean, I have those, definitely.
Those are fun.
No, I think, the past couple of years, I've just, started to, this project I started this project in 2015, so quite a bit ago, and it was a bigger band, 4 or 5 piece, and I still love and cherish those moments that I get with the full band, and that when we all write together and tour together and things like that.
You're all writing together.
Yeah, we write a lot of stuff together. Wow. Collaborate, and they'll come on and play with me sometimes when it fits. I think, but I think one of my greatest things is that I've, through the pandemic and through like us all becoming adults and having families and things like that, the band aspect of it kind of like just frayed a bit. It was just it's hard to keep 5 adults together in a project, as you know. So I kind of, I think I just like kind of gained independence within the project and said, I'm going to make this kind of more of a representation of myself and myself as a producer and a player, and invite people in to like collaborate with me on it still whenever that makes sense for me and them. So I think just kind of having transparency around like shifting something into a beautiful chapter that's like supportive of me was really important. I don't know if that like...
That totally is your name of your band.
Yeah, Little Monarch. It's transformational. Yeah.
I totally get it.
Going through chrysalis and out over and over again. And yeah, I think a lot of the times, like, I mean, bands break up and that easily could have happened. And I was just like, well, I'm really proud of this music and I still want to put out stuff, and starting over feels a lot. So I just was like, I mean, they're very much still a part of it, not to diminish that. But I think it was stepping into my own light and my own like ownership of it and, you know, independence, and being like, I'm going to go and play shows alone. On my own. Yeah, like alone on stage, and that's scary. And then you miss when you're like, oh man, but I miss the days. And it's always, grass is always greener, you know, in a way. But
right, but then you get to see that kind of all the fields make a patchwork, and on down the road they'll be all coming back together, and you guys will get together and jam again.
Exactly.
And go off on your own again. And
yeah, that's right.
You get to do it all.
Yeah, so I think like because it's creative and you're vulnerable when you're making music, and you're vulnerable when you're putting yourself out there, we tend to like avoid the like conversations about how it all flows and works. And so I think, I don't know if it's like a proud musical moment, but it was just a proud me moment of just being like, I'm still gonna like rock this and see what happens.
Proud me moment.
Yeah, proud me moment. But those tend to be proud musical moments too. Cause
that works.
Cause it works, yeah, totally.
You know, I heard a few other bands out there in the road like that, where there's bands together and then a couple pop out and come back together.
It's normal.
You're just,
it's normal, but when you're inside of it, you're like, whoa. Yeah, you know, you're just like, yeah, I don't know. I think that's a me thing too. I'm always really, you know, kind of concerned in ways for others and pleasing others. And I was like, I'm gonna please myself for a minute and like just still. And I think once I actually started putting myself authentically out in this project and the version of it that was me, it was amazing. People were really receptive in a way that they had never been to the other kind of iterations of it, when it felt like, oh, you feel when it feels not exactly right. So yeah.
So it feels right.
Yeah, it's starting to feel really good. It's starting to feel good. This is, you know, as you know, I'm learning day by day on stage alone. Like that's a first for me. So.
And you are amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So any words that you'd want to share to the audience? Somebody that's going, oh, that is so cool. What do you have to say to me?
What do I have to say? I think, yeah, every single drop counts. Like every single drop in the ocean counts, because it all makes up the ocean. So supporting artists that, you know, you love, it literally is a day maker. It's a year changer, you know, somebody buying a piece of merch or just telling me that my song meant a lot to them. It's not out of vanity. It's like out of just like, whoa, I shared something and it was received.
And it connected people. Yes.
And I think that is, that's like everything, because it reminds me to go out and do that too. Whether it's like whatever your vocation is, just really like patting people on the back in like an energetic way is such an important thing. So, you know, tell me I'm good. No, I'm just kidding.
You know, it's kind of like being truthful, being kind.
Yeah, being truthful and being kind. Yep. So I think that message of like, I don't know. Yeah, just if you find something you like, say it. Yeah, so if you connect with me through this or through anything, just, holler. I love to connect with others.
Speaking of connecting, so I'm friends with her mother-in-law.
Yes.
And we were all rocking out on the way down here to the city to Strike.
Yes.
And you sang it up there.
I did.
And I wrote, woo! and you know, we're the more mature audience.
No. You
and
guys,
we ran up and got pictures.
They were the hotties in the audience, essentially. You're being modest.
Oh my God, and we were so excited that you sang that.
Yeah, of course.
And, oh my gosh, so you mentioned vulnerability, and your vulnerability shines on stage. So there's such a strength in being vulnerable.
Yeah, I really think so. I've played with a lot of people for them, like in their bands, and I've played a lot, and I love to go to shows, and I love moments of humanity in a show. And like some nights are, like you're just, I mean, I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep. So tonight I was just like, oh.
Yeah, you just drove up here.
Yeah, we just drove up here.
San Diego, on a little tour.
A little tour, tiny tour. And yeah, so it's, vulnerability is key. I think people do connect with you in that way. And it also like is very calming to me to like be exposed and to be like open and honest and real about where I'm at, and just be like, oh, I've just working through that like perfectionism thing of just being like, it's perfect. It's like, it's live music. It's far from perfect.
And that is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. And that's perfect. Like you want it raw. You want it. Yeah.
So what are you working on right now, and how can we follow you?
Okay, follow me at Little Monarch Music. Little Monarch on Spotify, Little Monarch Music on Instagram. You'll find me. Okay. And what am I working on now? Well, I'm finishing out this tiny tour. It'll be over next week. And then I'm scoring a film, which is really exciting. I've never done that because I work a lot, and I'm a producer, so I produce for other people and I produce for myself. And then I'm working on an album. So
next year?
Yeah, next year. Next year the album will come out, because this year I'm gonna sleep for the entirety of November. I'm just kidding.
Sounds good to me. I mean, as long as you're gonna come out and play next year.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, definitely it'll come out next year for sure.
Okay, because I can so see her, a crowd of people just to come and see you dancing and grooving and having a good time.
I know so. So, yeah.
She knows so. Okay, check her out.
Thank you.
Little Monarch.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
You.
And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Ciao.